when it comes to politically divisive kind of stories, have you followed the Orson Scott Card controversy?
Yeah. I mean, there's so much hypocrisy all around that. It's insane. I mean, this guy does not like gay people. He makes no bones about it. And I don't believe it's appeared in his work, but in his private life, he's very, very vocal about it. But they keep hiring him because he's got a big movie coming out, all that other stuff. So he's got the bona fides to keep going, even though they find his politics detestable. But he's got a right to his opinion.
Sure.
America.
Sure.
I don't particularly agree with the guy. It's talking about strident. I mean, I made a few remarks about gay material in superhero comics, and I got called every name in the book.
I know you did. What? And I know you've answered it and everything. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. But I mean, I've read some ridiculously inflammatory kind of stuff about you, and a lot of like comments where it's like, I'm never going to read Chuck Dixon's work again. Were you misunderstood?
Yeah, because it was that, well, you hate gays, and it's like, well, you can bring up a subject and not hate people, And all my thing was, if you're going to have a gay character, create a gay character. Don't turn an existing character gay just so that they'll talk about you on CNN. And I hated seeing what happened to Rawhide Kid because I liked Rawhide Kid when I was a kid, and then I couldn't understand why they were approving of it because it was the most horrible stereotype of a homosexual you could possibly imagine.
Right.
And it was just a big preening sissy, and that was supposed to be the joke. I was like, well, I thought this was supposed to be about breaking barriers and creating a gay character, but no, you're just bringing this character in to mock him. What is that about? And but then I was praying, you're a homophobe. And,
yeah.
You don't belong here. The rest of us right-thinking people, and I was like, Jesus, we can't even talk about the subject.
Right. Well, I've seen my own opinion solely, but I mean, I've seen DC, do their lesbian characters, and the what's the word? The pretense is that somehow it's progressive and groundbreaking, but really, I mean, they're about as lesbian as two girls making out in a softcore porno movie or whatever. It's
yeah. Well, there's this level of cynicism. I mean, I always said, when this controversy came up, I said I don't want to see any kind of sexual material in mainstream superhero comics. These are basically children's characters. Whether you want to believe it or not, these are characters that were created for kids that millions of kids look up to or admire or role play or whatever. They've got action figures, they've got cartoons. So you've got to be wary of that. You can't be doing any kind of adult material, heterosexual or homosexual. It's just not right. And two, it's creepy. They wear masks and boots and capes. You really want to cross that barrier into, okay, now they're, doing the ugly behind the 7-Eleven? It's like, and I don't care if it's Wonder Woman and Superman or, Superman and Green Lantern. It doesn't matter. It's creepy.
Right.
And that's where we are. I mean, I look at comics now, particularly DC Comics, and it's like, this is like fetishistic stuff you would have sold at a head shop in the 60s.
Yeah.
It's not even comics. It's not real comics anymore. They're not fun.
Right.